Hey fellow health seekers, it's Jennifer the Digestive Detective here to share with you what I eat in a typical day because that's a question I get asked a lot. What does the nutritionist eat? Well, I can't tell you that my diet's perfect, first of all, but I'll give you a sample day because we're focusing on anti-inflammatory foods right now. That's how you heal yourself. It starts with a diet full of rich, colorful vegetables. So anyway, like I said in my blog, it's appropriate to practice interval fasting, but have that bulletproof coffee in the morning if you want for some good healthy fats. My cat in the background is joining us here, so if you hear a bell ringing, she wants to be a part. Anyway, so if you like bulletproof coffee, you want to check it out and learn more, check out my blog post on that. If not, then do water in the morning until noon. Water is so good for you. It's so necessary. Add a dash of sea salt to get some minerals in there. Excellent. So at noon, I have a smoothie. My base is 3 cups of greens and then 2 cups of fruit and 1 cup of water. So a typical would be for me mixed greens because that's got the greens and the purples and the reds in there. All those plant colors are what gives it the antioxidants. Then I've got 2 cups of a low fructose fruit, fructose being fruit sugar, such as berries. Berries are great. I do think pineapple is great, even though it's a little higher in fructose. Pineapple is an anti-inflammatory food. So whatever fruit you like that is colorful. And then 1 cup of liquid. Now something that I've started doing lately is I don't just put water, I don't put almond milk in there. I brew a tea that is mineral rich, and I keep a full pitcher of that. I don't do tea bags anymore. So I make that my liquid base is actually tea. So I'm getting even more powerful nutrients in there. So what do I add to that to make it truly anti-inflammatory? I put walnuts full of omega-3s in there. I put hemp seeds. I might put some almond butter in there. Sometimes I put chia seeds in there. But I always use a smoothie as an opportunity to get some spices in. Now here's a tip. If you're making a higher fructose smoothie, like maybe it has bananas in it, then put some cinnamon in it because that helps manage the blood sugar level in that. Or I use turmeric. If I'm feeling like I'm having some aches and pains and I need to drive that inflammation down, I'm going to put some turmeric in my smoothie, grind a little black pepper in that as well to make that more bioavailable. Turmeric isn't very easy for us to absorb. So, and then if you're healing digestive issues, put some aloe vera, fresh from your aloe vera plant in there. All kinds of stuff, green powders, red powders, protein, plant-based protein powders, great. Whatever it takes to get some colors and anti-inflammatory foods into your smoothie. For lunch, so today, I'm just going off my typical day, and today I am going to have a pound of fresh steamed broccoli for lunch. And sometimes I can take it plain with just some olive oil and salt and pepper and turmeric sprinkled on there. But today I'm going to want some nice grass-fed cheese. So I will use Kerrygold Dubliner cheese. Same brand I use for my bulletproof coffee is Kerrygold. Excellent brand you can trust. But anyway, I'll shred a little bit of cheese on my broccoli for some added protein and omega-3s from those grass-fed animals. And definitely drizzle some olive oil in there that's got the omega-3s as well. And always I use my vegetables as a medium for anti-inflammatory spices. Once again, putting that turmeric on there or whatever you like. Actually, I just made a post the other day about black pepper. Black pepper's cheap and it's amazing. Oh, what it does for you. We used to value black pepper more than we do gold. Anyhow, another blog on that one. Another day. So, what might I have for a snack? Well, honestly, I don't snack very often, but when I do, I typically have nuts or seeds, and it's important that those be soaked overnight, at least 8 hours, and then if you have a dehydrator, if you're lucky enough to have one, dehydrate those because those have something called phytic acid in them, which blocks mineral absorption. I've learned the hard way, but I'm going off on another tangent, which I swore I wouldn't do. Promised myself not to do that. So anyway, if you're going to have nuts, must soak and sprout them. So dinner. What do I do for dinner? You want dinner to be an easier to digest meal if you're going to eat it very late. But I tend to try to eat my dinner a little earlier, maybe around 7 at the latest. So tonight what I'm going to have is I prepared a couple days ago a nice root chili combined with some beans as well. So I'm looking for colors. Once again, that's where those anti-inflammatory foods are, in the different colors. So it's got sweet potatoes in it. There's some orange. I've got purple, yellow, and orange carrots in there. Purple foods are awesome. Back to the blueberries in my smoothie. Blue purple foods are so important. That's a superfood of all fruits and vegetables. Blue purple. Anyway, back to chili. So I'm putting all kinds of spices in there. I've got a mixture of beans in there for some nice protein. Again, I'm a vegetarian, so I'm going to go with the meat-free chili. I'm going to put a nice quality vegetable broth in there. Some cooling vegetables such as celery, which is naturally anti-inflammatory, high in potassium. And just whatever strikes your fancy. Google some recipes, but make sure they have colorful foods in there. And of course, before I have that, I'm going to have a nice salad first, sprinkled with maybe some hemp seeds. Or here's a great tip. I love making pesto dressing. Take a little tablespoon of a healthy pesto that's got some pine nuts in it. Add some olive oil, mix that up, and you've got a delicious dressing. So anyhow, that's what I eat in a typical day. I often allow myself a couple little squares of dark chocolate for a dessert with one of those meals. Not the whole bar, just a couple squares. But anyhow, I hope that's been helpful and inspirational for you. That's not to say I don't have my bad days. Sometimes I like a veggie burger and I want bread for my veggie burger. And it is gluten-free bread. It does have a lot of nuts and seeds on it, but it's still inflammatory. So ideally we want to eat every forkful of food, we want that to be anti-inflammatory. Aim for a rainbow of foods. So ask yourself at the end of the day, did I get all the colors in? And that's an excellent way to get as many anti-inflammatory foods in as possible. I hope this has helped you. Please reach out to me with any questions you have. Have the best day ever, every day.